Hi, I'm Penny Gomez, and welcome to Pop Penny on Point with profiles on persons of interest. This is the show where we get to know some of your favorite personalities a lot better. And guess what? We don't leave you out of the action. That's right. You can go on our social media pages, Penny on Point 868, where we leave clues for you, and you have the opportunity to win prizes, compliments of our sponsors, Sasha, Nestle, or Beauty Inspiration Treats, if you guess correctly. Today we're coming to you from lovely Maracas, and I can't wait to see who's going to pop by. And I hope you can't either, because guess what? I hear a doorbell. Let's go. Ready? It's Natalee Legore, girl. Welcome to Pop. So good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Did you guess correctly? If you did, there is a prize waiting for you. That's right. It has your name all over it. Compliments of Inspiration Beauty Treats. Natalee, ready to pop?
I am.
Well, let's get ready. Let's go. Guys, we're here with Natalee Legore, journalist and media personality. Thank you for joining us on Pop.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm kind of excited, I have to tell you.
Yeah, well, you know what? We have you in the hot seat this time because we have seen those hard-hitting interviews where people are practically nervous now. Some people I don't even think want to come on the show anymore.
That's correct. I am
that's
definitely.
correct.
Thanks all of you who locking me out of the interviews. Yeah.
So now you are in our hot seats. So tell us, because I remember seeing you first on one station, and then before you moved to the other one where you are currently. And I thought to myself, who is this person? You know, who is Natalee? And then I knew that you were also on radio. But for those people who are now getting accustomed to seeing your face on TTT or Now, and for others who may not at all know about you, tell us where you come from, girl.
I'm a Jamaican.
Yeah.
The best way I like to describe myself, I am very close to my parents. My grandmother is the person who showed me unconditional love. May her soul rest in peace. Just a family girl all around and a country girl too, who can cook.
Yeah, but how does a Jamaican end up here and on our television station? Tell us about that.
When you don't have a man and you don't have any children and somebody offers you a job, and when you're on internship and, you know, you go back and you check the stats and you be like, oh, you know, there's nothing to really hold me here except the parents. Then, you know, I just decided to just follow up on that offer. I remember when I came for internship, I got an offer for a job at I-95 and I was like, nah. Because when somebody comes with a degree, you're going to hire that person over me. So let me go and finish my degree. And then,
right.
And when I was finished, I was like, but you know, them people didn't offer me work. So let me just try.
You do attack back, as we say.
No, I literally applied not even thinking anything of it. And when I got the, okay, let us get back to you. And then the board met and it was a yes. I was like, dang, me I move, go to Trinidad.
Oh,
and my parents were like, what? I don't think this is a good thing. No support. They didn't like the idea of me moving so far away. But, you know, as mommy always say, Miss Resilient, Miss Independent, Miss knows what she wants. So.
And this has been a number of years that you've been with us. And
11
we
years.
welcome you.
Thank you.
To TNT. So obviously, being a journalist, you know, a lot of stories and interviews over the years. And let's talk about that, you know, that career and some of the really impressive ones that you've had, the ones that made you cry, the ones that you were just, awestruck about. And let's talk about some of those.
I think it has been amazing for the most part. I think, you know, being a Jamaican coming to Trinidad and Tobago and joining the landscape, it took some getting used to for me and also for the audience. So I got a lot of hate, I got a lot of cuss, I got a lot of, until I think people recognize that, okay, there isn't an agenda here. She's just about what's happening and dealing with that. So then, you know, they started embracing me, which was, I was like, Jesus, thank you, because John Woman was about to cuss one and two people, you know, so...
And it took a few years, huh? Did it take a few years?
I think it did. I really think it did. Of course, you know, you're going to have people who will just genuinely like you from day one because something about you appeals to them.
Yes.
So I had that. But I think for the majority of the population, I had to kind of win them over with my work.
Yes.
Which is why I think I probably have the kind of unwavering support that I have now. It wasn't because they knew me outside of what I did. It wasn't because we were friends. It was just because of what I brought to the table.
Yes.
And as a journalist, that's important.
It
It's
is.
important that you can get the confidence of people based on your credibility and integrity, because Papa Jesus knows we need more in this field. Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Penny, don't start me up now, man.
Listen, well, you're speaking
start
to a
me.
former journalist as well, huh? So I totally understand where you're coming from.
Nah, but some lovely interviews over the years,
Yes,
for
and
sure.
radio. How is radio different from television?
I spent, outside of 3 months at 102, I spent all my radio life at I-95.5
Yes, we know.
FM.
Yes.
Let me talk to the camera. The
That's your
journalistic
camera.
freedom I have in I-95.5 FM, the journalistic freedom, I was so grateful for it, so excited about it, and it makes me want to go back to radio. To me, TV is a lot more restrictive. And chances are when I'm finished with this, I'm going to get into some form of trouble somewhere. But you know what? I'm a big woman and I like to speak my truth regardless. And I think TV is definitely, you can't be as expressive as you'd want to be. The things I can say in television, in radio, when I say it in TV, Raucus looks like he's about to go mad. Anchor wants to go to a break and everybody's just... And they literally like sit on edge like this when I open my mouth, and I'd be like, I wouldn't have this on radio,
Yes.
Especially at I-95. I really had a really good run at I-95. And TTT being state to me as well means that you even have to thread more carefully, because whether or not people want to accept it, state media is state media, and it means that you don't have the kind of freedom that you'd want, because you have to, and this government probably doesn't want to hear it, but we know what the reality is. The reality is when you work in a state institution is that you have to be mindful of the position of the government. And there's no exception to me. There's no exception for me.
Yes.
So, so that's just where I'm at now. But it's a really nice working environment. I have a really, really, really good rapport with the crew, the camera. We have a really good time.
Yes.
So that compensates for management. Yeah.
Your most amazing interview to date?
People always ask these questions. I don't ever think about that really,
Yeah.
All right, let me think of something recent. I really enjoyed my sit down with the president, because
I thought you were going to say that.
No,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why. All this time, we had her as a stiff, uppity Paula Weeks, and when I sat in front of her, they were asking me before, are you nervous? And I was like, no. I was like, but she has a presence. I was like, well, so do I.
Yeah, we love the laugh. We love her laugh.
Oh my God. I have the most scandalous laugh. Everybody knows that. But I think it was just being able to speak with her and to see that softer side of her. And I always remember a story that she told me that, when she became president, she was a Sunday school teacher before, very active in her church. And one of her little charges saw her and she was like, look, that's the president of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I know that is Auntie Paula. She could not reconcile that Auntie Paula was also the head of state.
Yes.
And to me, it just brought home that here is this person who we have in this box based on what we think she's supposed to be. But when I sat down with her, what the population thought wasn't necessarily what I found. And to me, it's always important for us to seek our own truth, to find out instead of just running with the noise. We have a lot of noise in this society.
Yes. Well, you know what? We're going to cut out some of the noise and you're going to get an opportunity to speak your own truth even more, because your first surprise is coming up.
Oh, Lord have
Take some time to compose yourself when we come back after the break. More on Pop, Natalee's first surprise.
Bring loved ones together and make this a Christmas like no other. Bring the joy with Angostura.
And we're back on Pop. I promised Natalee her first surprise. Well, you ready?
I'm not so sure. After thinking about what it could be.
This is what we love about the show.
I know, right?
This is what we love. Okay, well, let's get ready to welcome and pop.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Marcia Miranda.
Hi, Natalie. Hi, Penny.
Welcome to Pop.
How are you? I am great, and you?
I am good. I'm good.
Nice
You
to
look
see
fabulous.
you. Thank you, and
what?
so do you.
Thank you.
This is about woman power, and this is what we
Isn't
call
it?
woman power. Natalie has been hurting her head. You trying to figure out
Trying to figure out
who
who
on
is this?
earth will be on Pop. And this is a soca parang queen.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah,
Nice to
this
be
is,
here.
You know, media personality meets media personality
Yes.
to
Listen to
persons,
me.
women wielding power in that particular world.
It's
Yes.
nice to be in the company of you two
Yes.
wonderful, powerful ladies. And beautiful, of
I
course.
definitely know your name, but I think it's the first time I'm meeting you in
Yes,
person.
it definitely is.
Natalie
Yeah.
meets
Natalie.
Marcia Miranda. Definitely
Yes.
the name. For sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Lovely to meet you.
I am almost tempted to get into interview mode and start.
I know, but it's not your show. It is Penny on Point with profiles and persons of interest. And persons of interest, you definitely are. Marcia, you've been up to a lot.
Yes, I've been doing some new stuff this year, and now my soca parang season has started.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like doing a double whammy, trying to multitask. And I ain't too good at multitasking, but I'm trying my best. I'm really trying my best.
Yeah. And normally at this time of year, you actually do normally do the both.
Yeah, what? No, I don't do Panchagram every year. This is my first year.
All right.
This is the first time that I brought out a line of Panchagram.
Yes.
Yeah, and normally it's all about just performing.
Yes.
Like last night I performed and I did interviews all day yesterday and so
Well,
on.
she's a media personality, as we all know. Yes.
Yeah. So, but it's all good. It's good. It's interesting. It's very exciting.
So your Panchagram, 3 flavors?
3 flavors. But girl, the sorrel is out. And I'm not going to be doing any one. I still can't promise people
As in
that I
it's out,
will
as in
do it.
sold out?
As in sold out. You know why? I think it's
I
because...
hope you brought a bottle on Pop, though.
I'm sorry.
Come, we're getting her off the show.
I know. Time for me to leave.
We're changing the show, guys. We're changing it up. Marcia Miranda to that play with no Panchagram.
Oh my God, I completely listen to me. And would you believe I sat there at home waiting to get here, and I forgot my Panchagram.
Okay, so
You see?
I'm still at that. I'm still at that.
She's gonna make me feel bad.
Pretty much.
all-
Very much so. Now, ladies, there's a reason we had you both on, and we choose our guests very carefully. And we felt that as 2 powerful women who have a story to tell, stories that are close to your heart and a personal journey when it comes to health especially. So, and I wanted to take some time to just talk about that because I know that you've been inspirational to so many other persons and just to spend some time to encourage persons who are viewing. So let me start with you then, Natalie, and your journey. You know, we I think more than ever, we know now that especially that you're on TV, about the fact that you do dialysis.
Yep.
And I wanted to go into that a bit more to tell us, you know, what, and you're functioning, you are living your life. So just take us, you know, through that kind of, your experience with that, and just still coming to a point where you say, you know what, that doesn't matter, life is happening, and I'm going to live it to the fullest.
I think I've always had that mindset though, just because
Yes.
as diagnosed with systemic lupus at age 15. So when you're 15 years old and you have this diagnosis that you know absolutely nothing about, it means that I spent all my adult life dealing with something adverse. So it means that at some point I had to get it together and decide that, okay, this is my lot in life. I didn't choose it, but let me just deal with it as best as I could. But being a dialysis patient and functioning, it's not impossible, but it can be quite difficult sometimes. There are days after dialysis, you know, if you've ever seen a wet fowl with half of its feathers gone, because that's the image I have in my head of how I feel when I'm having bad days.
Right.
Like a really hungry wet fowl, half the feathers pick out, it looking hungry, it wet, it cold.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel. on
But what
some
is a
days.
bad day? What are some of the symptoms that go with that?
So for me, it could be extremely low blood pressure. So when that drops, then it means that, you're lethargic, you don't have the energy, you might feel nauseous, you know, your head might be spinning. It's like you can't even stand up for 2 minutes. You have shortness of breath. It could be a combination or range of things. It could be a day where I get a lot of muscle contractions on the machine. It could be a day where, you know, your heart might start racing for no good reason, you know, but there's so many things that can go right or wrong on dialysis.
Yeah.
And every session is different. You never know how it's going to go. So fully understanding that I'm a control freak, but I have absolutely no control over that. I have to just let it go.
Yes.
And once it's over and I realize that I'm still breathing and I realize that I can still feel myself, I'll be like, okay, let's just move on because I can't get stuck here. Yeah. And I think that's what's difficult for a lot of people, not figuring out how to move on from the diagnosis,
Yes.
not figuring out how to take hold of it and recognizing that your health, half of it is you. It's not the doctors, it's not the nurses, it's not the if you are not invested, you as dead as a doorknot. Is a doorknob? What do you call it?
Doorknob.
You are as dead as a doorknob, and I kid you not. You know, so it's not easy. I have really rough days. Like I don't know, in the last 7 months, I've done 5 surgeries. And so I just got up one day and my dialysis port stopped working. So I had to rush to the hospital. They did a minor surgery to try to see if they could repair it. That didn't work. But that surgery ended up in infection. That infection meant that I had to remove that dialysis access. That also meant that I had to get a new dialysis access. That also meant that I had to go and try to create something more permanent. And with all of these surgeries, plus I had parathyroid surgery, I ended up with nerve damage to both hands. So I'm literally handicapped in my own body. And somebody might ask me how you do it. Well, the answer is I don't know. I just get up and say, okay, I'm still here. I have to move. And I'm getting emotional. So let me stop.
No, but you know, words live by. You said you don't get stuck. And I think that just says it. That just says it.
You can't afford to, because if you do,
yes,
it doesn't work, you know, but it gets like this year with all that I've had to go through. I think it's the first time in all my life, regardless of starting dialysis, getting the lupus diagnosis, being hypertensive, nothing ever broke me. But this year, I literally had to go to counseling because I felt so overwhelmed. I kept telling mommy, I said, I feel like I'm going mad. Like it has gone to the point now where I have a dialysis access. It's on my leg.
There you go, the port,
It's temporary.
Right.
It's not working properly. So I never know when I go to dialysis if I'm going to be able to dialyze. When I went on Monday, actually gone, I wasn't able to dialyze. It wasn't working. I had to go in the hospital. I have to get some medication. I have to do all kind of things. And the doctors are telling me, okay, they need to move this and they need to give me another access. And I'm thinking, no, I'm traumatized from all of these surgeries. And especially when you go in a hospital and you come out worse than you went in, I feel like I don't ever want to see a hospital table again.
Yes.
I don't want any doctor to touch me, because how do I go into a surgery and come out not being able to use any of my fingers? I go into another surgery and I come out and I have 2 good fingers on this hand. So what? When I go for another one, I'm going to come out without a leg?
Right. But you know what? We want you back.
Mentally, physically, my body probably can deal with it. But I'm telling you, the first thing to ever break me.
Yes.
But mentally, I can't. I can't deal with it.
Yes.
You see how I'm getting so worked up just thinking
You're getting
about
worked
it.
up, but in spite of all of that, we see your strength and the fact that you show up every time on television and handle it like a pro and nobody knows what's happening. And Marcia even has her own story, and we'll hear some more about that because Marcia has been at the lowest of lows herself.
It was 2004, actually, some while back. And the funny thing about it is that I'm going about my life. Strange things always happen. I mean, bad things always happen, like just about when things seem to be going good in your life. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Just when you feel you get to the hilltop, something drags you down. Well, that's how it's been in my life. So I was just finishing up my house. I was building a house, and I was so happy, and, and feeling, well, good, this is where I'm going to die. I was looking at the mountaintop and I said, I can see myself, y'all forgive the moment. Forgive it, but I can see myself lying in this bed and saying, thank you, Jesus, for this wonderful life and all that. And the next thing you know, right, I started to feel this lump, under my arm. And I said, this doesn't feel too good at all, but I'm going to monitor it for a little while. And I kept monitoring it, and I'm monitoring it, and it just kept being more painful. And then one day, the entire arm and the hair was like huge and swollen. I said, no, this is not right. I have to go to the doctor. So I did. I went to a specialist, Dr. Kiran Funky Fung. And of course, my worst fears were realized. He did a biopsy. But from the time he looked at me, you read faces, right? And I knew it was not going to be a good diagnosis, So he did the biopsy and so on and sent me for a mammogram and so on. And they gave me the results in an envelope. My name was not on the envelope. My doctor's name was on the envelope. And the first word I saw was malignant, meaning that, of course, it was cancerous.
Right.
So I stood up there and I said, listen, I really don't know how to deal with this thing. Lord, I am handing this over to you. After thinking about it, I said, something, this is my life.
Yeah.
The hell with the breasts, I don't have any children to feed breast milk anymore, so let me do what I could do to save my life. So I said to my doctor when we were going into for surgery, I said to him, oh, by the way, my actual diagnosis was stage 3B, which stage 4 is the worst, because the cancer started to metastasize to my brain. So I said to him, when you get in there, whatever you see, right? I just want you to imagine that it's your wife or your daughter on the table and do whatever you think is the best thing. If you have to remove all 3, 4, 5 breasts, remove all, right? And I just want to live, So they went in. Luckily, it had not, the actual cancer cells had not removed. They hadn't gone out of that area. So they just had to do a lumpectomy. So they removed the entire lump out of the breast.
Right.
And I went on to do radiation and, of course, chemotherapy and stuff. The worst part of us was the chemotherapy. I remember that morning getting up and going to brush my hair. And when I did like this, I just saw all the hair on the ground, and I was like, no, I can't take this. So I took the scissors myself and I chopped all my hair off, all, chopped it off like a crazy woman, and I went on to do my chemo. But chemo was not the nicest thing in the world. Very similar to, dialysis, I think. It's poisonous, it's toxic, because you're putting this toxic cocktail into your body that's supposed to go kill the cancer cells, but it's killing a lot of healthy cells as well. But then do you have a choice? Because what do? You either do alternative, which is go to bush medicine, as we say, or whatever, or you do the conventional way,
of course.
And so I had to make a decision. So of course I decided to do the chemotherapy.
And of course, now years after the fact, you are in remission yes, with no concerns. Praise God.
Praise God.
And ladies, because I know that we're wrapping up this segment, a word of inspiration to people who are probably going through a similar situation, just very quickly.
Life is short, and on your journey of life, if there is a detour, just enjoy the damn detour and then with that,
Oh, ladies, you are just both inspiring me, and love it, the fact that we have both of you on. This has really been a special segment for me, and I'm sure for our viewers. When we come back, we're going to be making some more memories to cherish with Marcia Miranda and Natalee Legore. Stay tuned. And we're back on Pop, and you're probably wondering what is happening here. Yes, it's me. I can do a thing or two in the kitchen. But the best part about it is I'm going to be preparing a meal. Actually, not me. The guests are going to be preparing a meal in our pot to plate segment. And as you can tell, part of it has to do with salmon. That's right. And giving them a challenge. Because you know how there's that woman power with both of them? I want to see if they have woman power in the kitchen because we know they have mouth, if nothing else. But let's see if they are good with their hands in the kitchen. So the salmon is all nice and pan-seared. And I'm going to just take it off here now. Ladies, where my woman at? Let me just put this in here. So I've done most of the hard work for you ladies.
Seems like you've done all.
I've done, no. So what happens now is that both of you have to prepare a sauce to go along with this.
I figured. Oh, Lord.
Now, Marcia didn't bring the puncher creme. I'm batting her up again here now. She was supposed to bring the puncher creme, and we were going to incorporate that in the sauce. However, thankfully for us, we do have our Appleville sauces, and this is the mango barbecue sauce that you must use, please. And there's also just a smoky barbecue sauce. So we are going to ask you, here's the sauce that you will be using from, and use from those ingredients.
Which one is this?
This is the mango, and you're using from this to prepare a sauce.
All right. So I'm going to start off because this looks very interesting. With this
barbecue sauce, the mango from that bottle.
Yeah, well, I just cooked this now, sauce. Just want to make sure that they know what we're using, right? So I'm going to use my mango barbecue sauce. Wait, hold on. I believe in shaking well. So let me just quickly shake well. I know we're on TV and I have to do this very, very quickly, but shake well, okay? And then, we have to do it for both, right?
Me?
I don't know.
I just want to copy her. So when she's finished, then I'll just do the same.
Girls, good luck.
I mean, this is like school. Let me get.
Okay.
You know, when you're in school and you don't.
So the barbecue sauce. I like plenty pepper. I like plenty pepper sauce. So here's the pepper sauce.
Thank you.
This orange. This is the orange Angostura. Should we put this orange with this barbecue sauce? I'm not so sure about that, no?
What's this?
I'm going to put a little bit of honey so you can get like a honey taste in that barbecue sauce. Hello? Just a little bit.
Okay, I think I'll pass on this one.
Pass on that one? All right. There's a nice sugar-free, smoky mesquite thing. You want to try that?
I need to taste stuff though. Like that's the thing with me. I need to. Oh, you can't go wrong with some Angostura bitters.
Yeah, but this is orange.
I'll take some of that. That will spice this up a little bit.
But this is orange. I don't know about that. You can try it. Let me know.
Listen, it's bitters, man. It's gonna go well with the sweet. The sweet and the...
Okay.
I just know how much shooks to give it. I don't want to overdo it. Ooh.
Okay, you can do that.
All right.
I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper. Hold on, pepper sauce already.
I'll definitely take the black pepper. This is a little bit spicy already, so I'm not sure if I want too much pepper in it.
Did you use honey, Natalie?
Ooh, that's
Use
a lot
honey?
of pepper.
All right, I think...
It's sweet though. Did you taste it? I don't know if I want to add something sweet to it. If it was plain mustard, I probably would have.
Listen, I'm going to taste mine. I'm going to taste mine.
Black pepper looking nice.
I'm going to say something.
All right, who opening it? Oh, no, I didn't get it. All right, open this, Miranda. The hand's not going to open that.
I'm not going to spoil your thing. That's
All right, this looks interesting.
That is a steak sauce.
Yeah. But
I want to try this, but it's not open. Is it that because somebody's supposed to get it as a gift? Okay. All right, so we shall... But I can't open this. Can I try?
oh my God, the amount I'm putting in this thing. Lord have mercy. Who wants to taste the sauce?
I want to taste this. Hold on. Can I taste this? Oh, shoot. I forgot a hand on the mask. All right, that was a nice television moment. Oh, geez, I need this thing hot like fire.
And I think mine is going to be too because the pepper got away from me.
Ooh la la, oui, oui. This thing is like, I like what it tastes, but it's hot. So if you're not a pepper mouth, you're in trouble. But I like all this tastes.
I am not messing with this.
I would like to taste this.
I'm good.
Can I just, like-
I'm done.
All right.
Right, there we are.
So that's it? Okay, now I'm not doing this alone. So each of you please get your fork.
Okay.
All right, and let me just get one here for myself because I think that's right. All right, okay.
All right, let me cover the mess that I made.
And so who goes first? Who wants to go first?
You?
Because you know the trophy. Oh no, we both going together because
Let me
this
taste.
trophy is at stake, huh?
Taste the
There's
sauce.
There's a trophy at
You have to
stake.
taste it with the salmon, Natalie.
Yeah, so
I know,
let's
but I
go
wanna
with the
taste the
salmon.
sauce
Are we
first.
ready? Natalie, you going first? Are we going first? Natalie, grab your fork. Okay, and let's just.
All right.
Okay. She did
Nice.
good, Marcia.
Oh, yeah. The good thing.
Moorish.
Let me try.
And the salmon
Moorish.
is pretty good.
Just-
I'm not going to use up your salmon, Natalie.
so we're coming to you. We're coming. Right. Try it.
Try this?
Try it.
Guys, I made enough. Don't worry.
Okay. Marcia, this is a hard one to beat.
It's nice, and your salmon tastes good too.
Yeah, the salmon is really good.
All right.
All right, are we ready? Ready? Let's try yours together.
Dum, dum, da-da-dum. Mine has a kind of sweetie after taste.
Yeah. Ladies, you want to try hers?
I mean, I did, but not with the salmon, but let me do that.
Mine has like an onion.
They're different tastes.
Completely.
One is sort of sweety, one is kind of smoky. So, all right. Decision made. You know, it
you like
never ceases to
smoky.
surprise me what goes on Pop. But I have to say, this is one of the times when I actually felt as if I wanted to eat dong yam dong. 4 slices of salmon. They were so good. Each with its own distinctive taste. So, ladies, you know what? I'm sorry we don't have 2 trophies, but I think each of you deserves
Thank you.
a trophy for making a special pop sauce to go with the salmon. So, you know what? Both of you take win. I'll just give a clap.
Thank you.
Since I can't give 2 trophies. While we continue to munch on this, stay tuned on
eating my
Pop.
sauce, so you know one.
A love affair happening here. A love
my
affair.
sauce.
Stay tuned. There's more coming your way on Pop.
Who needs a plan? Take my hand. Our stories will find us. My shanty carrot, and there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you. My shanty carrot, and there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you.
Shandy Carib, refreshed for life.
The fun continues. This is Pop. This is Pop.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So, ladies, I have a basket in front of me.
Oh.
You know, you ladies, right? On air, when you on radio and you are currently on television and journalists and media personalities, dealing with the truth and accuracy and reporting. This is not a kind of show. This particular segment is about story time.
Okay.
Literally story time. So inside this basket, I have particular topics. And I don't know if you've seen the show, let's say, for instance, like Whose Line Is It Anyhow? So we're going to build a story. And at certain points in the story, we're just going to add to whatever is on this paper. I have not seen it. I never see these things. Thank the producer, Colin, and Kimmy, the production assistant, for this segment in case anything's awry.
So this is
So-
testing our heritage and our ability to tell stories.
This is testing everything. So each of us are going to get to pick one at various points. I'm going to start off with you, Miranda.
Why always me?
Marcia, Miss Miranda, we're starting with you.
Okay.
Let's go. So you start off with it, you use this line, build on it, and then you pass it over to me and I'll expand. Story time on Pop.
Oh my God. I want to tell you all something. I and the Honorable Minister Shamford Kadru went up on the main ridge to try to figure out what was really going on there. And we kept calling for people. And a familiar voice came out and said, nobody lives there.
You know why nobody lived there? Because let me tell you, it have nothing else but vegetation. If I tell you, and that's not the only thing that happens there, nobody lives there because what they're coming for? There's nothing there. And no parlor. No shop, no nothing. No restaurant to eat in. Nothing of the sort. Not even a little beach. So what are they going there for? They can't be going there for anything. Over to you. Same thing. You're just building on that.
Okay. So when we got to the ridge, right, and we realized that nobody lived there, I wasn't able to use my last lifeline and make a call. So I had to come back down from the ridge and go and find a neighbor way over Woy and make a call to a very familiar voice named Keith Christopher Rowley, who told me you could move over there.
Oh, okay. Let's see what else he told you as we continue the story.
All right, let's see. I can open this.
All right, let's open it.
The simple little things. Ooh.
So when he told you you could move over there, what happened?
Well, I decided not to move over there.
Oh.
You remember, nobody lives there? All right, so since nobody lives there, imagine now you have to go back in your nice little corner and you realize that, you know what? Life is so sweet, right? But it's almost like sorrel. Your life is like sorrel. My life especially is like sorrel. So sweet, but so transparent. You know? Right. So you know what? I'm asking all of you to just take a sip.
Take a sip, okay. All right. As she asks us to take a sip of what? What Natalee is talking about sipping? You know how many things I can sip?
Don't walk to my bunch.
You know, what I know I will not be sipping, however, is Marcia Miranda's puncher creme, which she has 3 flavors. Because Marcia turned up on Pop without her 3 puncher cremes, and I could have been sipping on one of those. I am not a happy camper at this point.
Okay.
Imagine this thing. My sorrel puncher creme could have been right here and we could have been sipping on sorrel puncher creme. And my caramel espresso would have been a nice after salmon drink. But what can I say? Nobody lives where I live but me. So I can't even call on somebody to bring it for me. And I call a friend and I get one big buff.
Yes.
Right? So I guess that's it.
Well, let's see if you're getting any of the buffs. Let's go and continue the story.
All right, so it goes. That was my black cake. The first time I tried to make black cake. So help me God. You all ever went and bought cardboard by Sharon's bookstore? That was me. It was dry and it was bitter. Bitter like not the nice sorrel out of Jamaica that you talk about, right, Natalee? Oh, good God.
Okay.
Because it's not my thing.
So the cake was better, but not the puncher creme, which you say was sweet and kind of tasting really good.
Penny.
So that same, coming back to that, I still have the puncher creme, still hating on that. So the black cake real bitter. You know who else had bitter black cake? Natalee said that she could make sorrel, but she didn't say she could make black cake. So I don't know how her black cake really tastes. I feel there could be a little bit of bitterness, but that does not tell her that, okay?
We'll find out.
All right, so Natalee?
You might be right, but the thing about me is that the fact that I'm Jamaican, we can always find the right herbs to spice it up.
Herbs.
Balance
Herbs.
bitter.
Which set of herbs
So
talking about?
if you get
Herbs to spice it
some
up.
little THC and CDC and you mix that in and
What's
ting
that?
and ting, bitterness, blackness, cake, all come together. Niceness, you just start feeling irie.
Feeling irie. Okay, let's see if anything else makes you feel irie coming out of this basket.
All right. No. You see a producer? Need 2 good licks, but anyways. So imagine, all right. So you go to nobody now live there. You come down from there.
Yeah.
You decide you need to take a sip because after you go there and realize things arid and dry and you can't get anything, you needed to take a sip. You take a sip, you can't really get the sip. You'd really like it because the sip didn't show up and you decide that you're going to try some cake, but you never really know how to make it.
Yes.
And now, after all of that, you decide you're just going to chill out at home and just go and relax in your bed and just have a nice time. But, oh my God, on the way there, you buck your toe. You know when you buck up your big toe and you start feel the pain and it come like say shoot all the way up and you be like, this isn't even diary of a mad black woman. This is just a diary of series of unfortunate events.
That was funny. That was funny, ladies.
Very, very
Thank you
funny.
so very much for, story time on Pop. Okay, so we have another segment where, again, I'm going to put these ladies to work with yet another challenge. This is not one you should miss. Stay tuned for more on Pop. We're back on Pop, and I'm hanging with, I believe by now they're my two of my besties, Marcia Miranda and Natalee Legore. Now, ladies, I know that you are accustomed to having your faces done by professionals in your lines of work. However, on Pop today, you are on the other side. We want you to give us a look, and this look, it's as if you're going to a Christmas costume party.
Christmas.
That's a look that I want you to create. And we have our two models. We ask people on Pop to do all sorts of things. I'm telling you the cast one of these days. But I want to invite Keisha Julian Rock. Come, Keisha, come have a seat, please. And she is going to be, the face that you're going to make up, as well as Kimmy Stout Robinson. And they're both production assistants. Keisha does also our props. But today, we're putting them in all kinds of scenarios here. So, ladies, have your way with them.
Trust me.
I appreciate
Be
that.
afraid.
Yeah,
Very
thank
afraid.
you.
Is what I will say. But at stake, guys, really, in all seriousness, there is a trophy that I just had here with me a minute ago. I will find it very soon, but one of you will be going home with that coveted Pop trophy. Who is going to be the makeup champion on Pop? Natalee is convinced that she is going to be walking away with the trophy. I am not.
God be with you, man.
Yeah. So, ladies, take it away. All yours.
All right,
Okay.
let's go. Wave
All
it
right,
on
so
first.
let's go.
All right, don't tell me. The lady of skins put on the green thing first, the eye thing first. Oh, Lord have mercy. Ay. No, it's Christmas. I want to make you into a Christmas tree. Oh, Lord have mercy. Were you supposed to start with these things?
Natalee. This is the only one?
Somebody may be cheating.
Put this on. Yes, put that.
Is this the only one?
That's not your shade. Is your shade? Don't matter.
I want that one.
Where the bun
We have to wait.
Are you supposed to know if it's right or wrong or? Oh Lord, it needs some morning. Miranda, stop teething with you,
know.
man. Stop.
I am not even. I know what's.
Under the eyes. The one to kill her going. Never. Listen. Leave me behind the mic, in front of the cameras. Leave me in the kitchen. I'll even do a comedy. We need some more.
This might be the comedy.
Not this.
Who knows? Oh gosh. You're not supposed to laugh, right?
Who knows?
I remember they tell us that when
You're supposed to
put on
remember
makeup
all
on
these
us.
things. So you have to be up in people's orifices to be doing this?
No, you can't. Right.
I feel this is the most pressure I've ever felt in my life.
It's not good enough. Not a real good.
No, sir. Let me tell you something. When I have me talking and Miranda doing the makeup, and then next thing you know, me go come last and she go come first. Always she does half this like she does an engine.
Okay, I'm walking in. And I know
don't walk
lipstick
in
is
yet.
on.
Don't walk in here. Don't walk in here. Give us.
Put on lipstick. We need them to put them on you. I don't know any makeup artist has only got 3 minutes to put on makeup. Or they're being unfair.
I mean, my makeup artists have to get a whole hour.
Brushes down, please. Step away from the makeup.
No, Penny, that's not.
Step away from the makeup.
Wait,
You see why
wait,
they're
one minute,
they're
one
not
minute.
giving up.
Very
They're not giving up.
No,
Step
man, it's
away.
only that one town over there.
Very blush.
You go so.
Step away.
Look, okay, just look.
Step away. Kimmy has
Wait,
resorted. There's a lot of cheating that's going on here, I want to add.
Wait,
Kimmy
I
has
just said
resorted to doing her own makeup.
You look nice, huh?
It's not fair.
Step away from the
Don't do that to
models.
a
We got
man.
this. We win.
Wait,
We need to call the pop police.
Wait, no.
Call the police.
Call them.
The end.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Marcia, step away. Marcia, step away.
Cheat.
Step away. Marcia, step away.
This is
Step
my
away.
big moment.
No. Step away. Step away. Step away, Marcia.
I need that extra 5 minutes.
That's the last part. Just
Show has gone just, haywire now.
Win.
Brushes down. Marcia
not
down.
fair.
Please stand next to your work.
Wait, hold on. Just one more
Marcia.
thing.
Marcia.
Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. Just one more, please.
In spite of all the bacchanal that was happening here while they were trying to do each other's, practically eventually, Natalee went over to Keisha. You were all over. This one was not over. Kimmy ended up doing her own makeup part of it.
This
This
was
one-
my time,
that's
and
because
then her
Miranda
mother
was
started
cheating.
to
Miranda was cheating.
Miranda was cheating.
And with all these discrepancies, I just can't work like this. I can't work in this space.
No, let me tell you something.
But we can't work like
I
this
have to
either.
say, as a very trained eye in here,
That
that I
Trained
have to
eye.
tell you that this is a cleaner look.
Cleaner.
When she was just finished, your makeup was looking better than we own.
Oh
But she
my
wouldn't stop.
goodness.
She adds
She added to the cut, yes.
The
Okay.
additive.
But right now, on the loose.
Yeah,
And this one, thank
but you
God,
know what?
and all
I am
that.
calling this, I can't even call it a truce, I'm just calling it an outright fiasco. On Pop, this trophy is very much staying home at Pop.
I think her
Very
lips-
much.
I think her lips.
Ladies,
excuse
you
me,
both look
excuse me,
fit to
I
go
think-
to a Christmas costume party. The ladies will have another opportunity to redeem themselves when we wrap up, because we are going to be doing what I call a cultural exchange. Are you ready for that? Okay.
Penny,
so
5 minutes is not enough time.
5 minutes is not enough time. Okay, well, again, a time to redeem yourself. That's coming up.
Okay.
So, are you ready for the cultural exchange on Pop?
Yep.
We call it the Pop Cultural Exchange. When we invited Natalee on the show, she said, you know what? I'm coming up there. Make sure you include the pepper seed dance in the show. Well, you know what? You're going to get your wish. I'm not so sure if you're going to be happy about it, but you have to do the pepper seed dance, because in our cultural exchange, the ladies are going to show, Natalee's going to show Marcia a dance from Jamaica, and Marcia is going to show her one from Trinidad. And there is a trophy at stake. Finally, I hope I can give away this trophy today, because goodness, I tell you. So I'm going to step out of the way. And who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay, so Marcia is going first.
Okay, so we starting.
Oh, you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Fling up my frock. Hold on.
Yeah.
So first I have to fling up my frock. And bam, bam, bam.
That's it.
Auntie Gladys and I SOS to all she family because of an incident that happened to she. Early Christmas morning, apparent she gets, and as long as she lives, she will not forget. May pressure cooker, may confidence, may brand new great aunt, may confidence. A bottle of Johnny Walker, they gone with that. A bale of toilet paper, they gone with that. I love parang, I love me parang, but I don't ever want to see my parang. I love parang. Like that?
Yes, let's end that
I
segment.
know start to go down.
Trin is time to dance fast. We're Jamaicans.
Okay, I have
We
to
like
tie up my dress.
We like to whine. We like to gyrate. We
Me
move
too.
slow.
But we don't move slow. But
Oh! All right, let me warm you up a little bit. No, you have to do what I do.
oh, sorry.
All right, not too bad.
Not too
All
bad.
right, ready?
Oh, you see that one? Woman, oh, follow back.
Hey, all right, go ahead. Hey, go Miranda. Eh? All right, she definitely knows how to love and dance.
I think that both of you did credible performances, but nothing to wow the pop team over the top. So,
I would agree with you.
so the trophy is going to stay here, ladies. But
No,
you
this
know what?
is unforgivable. If you know what, it just pop up and go away. And between you and I, we can win one.
Not even one.
Look at the size of the trophy.
Yeah, not even this.
What are we doing wrong in life, Penny?
Apparently you can't dance.
Can-
Apparently you can't make sauce.
I remember
Apparently you can't do makeup.
Do we get that lifeline?
Should we go down the list?
Can
Should
we
we go
get
down
that
the
lifeline? Let me call Mom.
And mom,
Lifeline?
who we want to call Audrey because Marcia's mom is called
I
Audrey.
call mine
Audrey. Ladies, it has been so much fun with you on Pop. Thank you so very much for just entertaining us and
Let me
all
open my
our
heel.
challenges.
Thank you.
The lady who likes to wear the tall shoes wants to put
Yeah,
on
please. I want
her
to end-
shoes to
I want to
end on a slightly taller
And
note,
in a slight
higher note.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
so Marcia's is going to end because we can't have Marcia on and Marcia not even take us out with a little verse and chorus, guys. And we are just going to do our own dance set, but it's soca parang, yeah? So try not to go too overboard. But Marcia, let's go. Let's go with a little something.
You give me something there.
All right, let's go with a little something here.
That's
Trini way.
Yes, let's go.
All right.
Everybody, right?
Should I call my little?
It was early Christmas morning, I was lying in my bed. When I hear her calling, it was neighbor Mildred. She come over early, say time to celebrate. Please don't say I'm greedy, but I ain't food yet. Now I'm gone by your mother and left me in a jam. My belly in the hand, me but give me pizza. Sing the thing now. Oh, bring on the ham. Ay, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, oi, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, ay, 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 bring on the ham. Bring on the ham. I don't want to know what I mean. Bring on the ham. When I taste good so too fast. Bring on the ham. Is then I just feel it's Christmas. Bring on the ham. Neighbor, oi, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, ay, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, oi, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, ay, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, oi, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, ay, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, oi, 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 bring on the ham. Neighbor, ay, 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 bring on the ham.
Please stand next to your work.
Wait, hold on. Just one more
Marcia,
thing.
Marcia.
Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. Just one more, please. I'm begging you. One more,
Stand next
please.
to you. That should be a song.